What if your business could unlock new growth, increase efficiency, and overcome its biggest challenges, all without reinventing the wheel? We're a distinguished consulting firm who have helped many businesses in the past deal with similar situations such as yours at Boyd's Catering. We believe that with the recommendations we provide today, your business will grow more rapidly. We're Team 15. My name's Kelvin.
My name's Carson.
My name's Kevin.
My name is Bailey.
And my name is Julie.
Now I'm going to pass it off to Yuli to start us with the introduction.
So, Boyd's Catering recently received a review from the New York Times. Despite this recognition, the business is facing challenges. Sales are on a downward trend, signaling potential operational or market issues. There has been an increase in customer dissatisfaction, particularly about service quality. Several key employees have left the business, which may be impacted by operations and morale. Some of the contributing factors include that hiring Emily as a manager, this decision may have had an unintended consequence, possibly affecting leadership and operations, as well as the reduced involvement of Mrs. Boyd, which is likely a key figure in the business, and her oversight being weakened on a day-to-day decision making. Employees also feel undervalued. Staff members might feel unappreciated, which leads to reduced motivation, poor performance, as well as resignations. I'm going to pass it off to Kevin.
Thank you, Julie. So, as she had previously mentioned, hiring Emily seems to be one of the start of the problems. And although it is seem a little bit mean to kind of target a single individual when it's a big team, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. And unfortunately, Emily being moved into a manager position over other more qualified employees kind of shows a little bit of bias and a bit of the start of some of the friction between the other employees and the management now. It has caused a decrease in work ethic that needs to be addressed, and people feel like they can't communicate with their current manager and they don't want to go over her head and talk to the next manager over being Miss Boyd who owns the business. So it's just factors that continue to compile. Next, Carson will talk about the next factor that is impacting the company.
The next biggest factor is that Miss Boyd is being less present in the store now that she has handed all the roles off to Emily. Due to that, employees are lowering morale and not wanting to come into work or wanting to quit just due to her not being present alone. With her not being there, she is unaware of what is happening in the store, such as the work ethic for all, and gossip has started to go around about Emily. There is also clear knowledge of all the employees in the store outright ignoring Emily with tasks at work that she's asking them to do, and instead they're doing tasks from Tracy instead, who they respect more. Finally, with that, the customer satisfaction has decreased as well. Therefore, no real manager is stepping in to fix these conflicts that arrive with customers, thus for leaving them dissatisfied when they are leaving after dinner or lunch. Next, I'm going to pass it back to Kevin for our last contributing factor.
Thank you, Carson. So, as we had mentioned, the employees are starting to feel undervalued. This is a result of them knowing that somebody else is getting paid more for doing less, and thus has resulted in them considering other alternatives such as different jobs or just outright quitting. There's bad performance and bad service going on to the customers, and those complaints aren't even reaching the proper channels. So, these are some of the major issues that we feel have been contributing. Next, I'll be passing it over to Bailey to talk about to give a little bit more details.
So, although those three factors were large contributors to the issues happening at Boyd's Catering, the major problem that our company found was a lack of communication, specifically between management and the employees. This lowers employee morale and it causes a lot of confusion for employees that have been there, specifically with the hiring of Emily. We're not trying to say that that was necessarily a bad choice. I think that it was just gone about in the wrong way. There should have been more training. She should have been working at the store a little bit longer before she got promoted to that management position. Whereas other employees that had been there for multiple years and were more experienced were expecting to be promoted into those positions. This caused a turnover rate for long-term employees that were highly qualified and boosted employee morale. And losing those employees was really damaging to the company's culture. This also caused a loss of respect for management because it made the current employees feel like they were not being shown the same respect and opportunities as other employees that just got hired right off the bat and didn't know much about the company as a whole. Um, we have a few different ideas for how you can work to improve this lack of communication problem, and I'm going to pass it over to Carson to start us off with that now.
Our first recommendation is a meeting including Mrs. Boyd and all the employees at the company. A sit-down roundtable meeting might be the best option with all the employees, so it has a chance to clear the air for everybody in the business. They can discuss what they are feeling and how the morale has declined and what is contributing to the factor itself. And a way that they can do that is they can discuss without being targeted or frowned upon for sharing their feelings, as everybody is clearing the air about their own opinions. Another thing also could be frequent unannounced check-ins from Mrs. Boyd at the store. With that, she can go in and gather an understanding about what is going on daily and what is going wrong as well. It shows to her who is and who is not working on the clock during the time and how it is declining for the customer issues that are happening as well. And she can be that person that can step in and help all the customers that are there. And with her going in unannounced as well, it does give the workers a chance to not be prepared so they are caught off guard so that she can figure out what is going on and what to improve when she leaves. Next, I'll pass it back to Bailey, who has more recommendations for the company.
Our third recommendation that we found is establishing open communication between the employees and management. There are a few ways to go about this. One idea is to create an anonymous comment box where employees can submit either concerns or things that they think are going well with the company that they wish that management would keep doing. This creates a space for the employees to feel comfortable voicing their opinions without facing potential scolding or backlash from those ideas that they have. Another idea that we had was for quarterly meetings to happen to assess employee morale. This can be discussions about pay rates, this can be discussions about hours that are being assigned, and any ideas that employees might have, they would be more open to share because they are giving that space and that platform to discuss their ideas and what they like about what's going on with the company and what they wish could be changed. Next, I'm going to pass it on to Kelvin to talk a little bit more about what this would do for the company.
Thank you, Bailey. Our predictions for your company, Boyd's Catering, is a decrease in turnover and an increase in customer service. Now, because we are a distinguished consulting firm, we've seen this time and time again. It all goes back to the communication, building the ladder, and making sure everyone's happy from customers to employees. Thank you so much. We're Team 15. If you have any questions or comments, please let us know. And good luck with your future endeavors.